Morning, everybody. It is January 18th, 8:25 a.m. We have PPI data coming out in about 5 minutes. I'm going to go to that in a second. Just give me 1 second. So we have PPI month over month, expected negative zero point 0.1. Previous was zero point 0.3. We're also expecting core PPI to be zero point 0.1. Before it was zero point 0.4. And then we have retail sales and Bostic speaking. And then at the open, we have Bullard speaking. So Fed speak today. We have retail inventories for, I believe, auto at 10 a.m. I don't think that's really a market mover. And then more Fed speak. And then more Fed speak. So there's Fed speak all day, which could trigger the markets to do crazy stuff. I'd be very conscious of that. Um, I'm going to move over to you guys. I'm going to put my watch list up here for a second. I just want to get some of my charts ready. To see if this number really does anything. The PPI. Not sure because this market is definitely in balance. And we can quickly go over just to watch us while we wait for the data. So crude is up 1.74%. It is definitely getting bought every day. So that's definitely back in play, especially with China reopening. Then we have bonds being bought, 30-year bonds. We have NQ up 0.37%, ES up 0.27%, the Russell up 0.21%, the Dow up 0.11%. The dollar is down, the VIX is down, and 10-year yield is falling 2.15%. That's pretty interesting. Dow, it's positive for the market, maybe anticipating a PPI number. Um, Leaders and laggards. Let's go Tesla. Still chugging along here, up 4% pre-market. And who's the loser? Not really a loser to speak of. Coin down, Nvidia down. Top sector stocks, we got Roblox up 0.75. Really no lagger to speak of besides Chevron, which is not that's not down that much. And sector leaders, we got discretionary at the top: Tesla, Amazon, energy, and then really no negative sector. Okay, and want to show you. Let's see here. Before this news drops, let me put that up there for you guys. Let's see here. Let's watch this news together. It's going to drop in about 20 seconds. All right, here we go. Numbers came out right in line with its core. And actually beat by zero point 0.5 on the month over month PPI. Expected minus zero point 0.1. Actually, let me think of that over. Actually missed. Right? Am I that right? I don't know why that's. We're expecting a minus zero point 0.1. We got a minus 0.5. So I guess we missed it slightly. Retail sales are down more than expected. That's also would be positive for the market. So interesting. Market's getting a pop here. So let's look at the market. Can we break out of this range finally, right? Let's see if those are powerful enough to break out of the market. With these retail sales, is the first time that this is really below actually the numbers what you need. Maybe there's some weakening in retail sales. So far, still within this range. You can see that clearly within this range. Let's see if we get some follow through here. Let's see what our good friend the Nasdaq's doing. Alright, so Nasdaq is showing more strength. And it's not as balancy as the ES. Now you can see here we actually tagged the most traded price of the last year to the tick. That price is 117.21. We need to get above that. And if we pull back to like a say a 4-hour timeline, I can show you that most traded price. See? Most traded price of the year right here, 117.21. We hit it, we tagged it. Now, in order for the whole market to leave, we really want to see Nasdaq go above that level. So now it's catching some selling, but Nasdaq also has this channel here that it's been kind of honoring. You can see that it's just honoring this uptrend, and also this top here. All right. Kind of made a move up, and we made a move down, so I have to really see. The Nasdaq is up 0.34 and ES is up 0.17, so Nasdaq stronger. So now we're getting like kind of like a doji candle here. So we're gonna go back to balance now. All right. I mean, I will keep an eye on that. Let's go back to our watch list. You can just see how the market's reacting to it. All right. Let's look at the daily chart here. All right. So the SPY, we're balancing. We're balancing. So yesterday we closed above the 200-day moving average. That's just trending down, right? And we're hitting this long-term downtrend line. So we really need to get out of there to really move higher. So, and you can see here, let's put a little trend line here. We have one there. That's kind of what we're looking at now. Another thing we can look at real quickly is the Fibonacci. So from this high to this low, we've already retraced 61.8% of the move, which usually means once you hold above 61.8, good chance you're going back. So we'll have to watch that. Let's look at the Qs. Like I said, we have a nice uptrend in the Qs. However, we also have the channel from here. Look at how that channel, right? You can see it right on the daily chart. So could we break out of this and move up to here, 291, right? At the C, right? We're above the 100-day moving average now. But that's kind of like the 100-day in the Qs and the 200-day in this SPY is what's really, it's battling. It's just battling. All right, let's look at the triple-headed monster. A 10-year yield, look at that, popped up. Now it's back down. So remember, the farther we fall down, the better for equities, the better for the market. Okay. So now that we're moving down again, the bond market, smart money, that's the leading indicator. So maybe this could fuel us to go higher today. We have to see. All right. So we need TNX to go down. Now this is just for a higher move. TNX to go down, the VIX to go down. So the VIX is down now, right? And a dollar. All want those to be down in order for the market to move higher. And right now, the 10-year yield is down, the VIX is down, and the dollar is down. The dollar is down the year, 101. It's below the 200-day moving average. It's pretty much in a downtrend right now. Okay? So it's all good for equities for now. I'll preface that by saying for now. Okay? Okay. Let's look at the futures chart. Alright, let's go switch over here. I'll give you my watch list in the meantime. Let's move over to the big balance that we've been in. Okay, you can clearly see the balance. So, we have reached ultimate balance. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you guys the quick shot of just the RTH here to show you. Alright, so that's just regular trading hours. That's 9:30 to 4:15 futures. You can see we're one time frame, which just means higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, right? So we're in an uptrend. Now we're balancing. So we've made a move higher out of balance, and now we're balancing again, right? So if we look at this, we're in ultimate balance here because 40.13 is the level we need to stay above in order to move higher. Okay. Now the most traded price of the month and of the week is here. I mean, you can see just the amount of volume here. for the last 30 days, no, last week, this is the most traded price. You can see it. I mean, just look at all these prices that have been traded. We're ready. We're queuing up for a big move. Okay, moves happen from balance, and we're in a range. Most traded price of the year is here. Okay, that's like the line in the sand, really. You want to stay above here and here. You lose this, we're going to probably go back down to here to 50-day moving average. Okay, I'm talking about this macro lead because there's not much to talk about. I mean, here's the high of yesterday, here's the low of yesterday, here's the low of overnight, here's the high of the overnight. Price is right in the middle, right at the most traded price of the month and the week. There is nothing to read from where we are. Zero. Not until we break out of this range. There's nothing for me to tell you. I have no clue what's going to happen. Till we break out of there, there's not much to say about reading into any granularity. Okay? What I can tell you is just profile, and it doesn't mean it has to be this way. But because we keep staying and we just made it higher, we're one time framing higher, which just means higher lows. What I can say is looking at a profile, if you want to draw it out, here's a profile, right? You have nice excess from the bottom, and then see you kind of get like, it's kind of like the profile is cut short here, right? So what would make a complete profile, right? Kind of more like this. That would make a nice even distribution because we're stacking it all here. And it's basically showing like a bull flag, the profile basically. But that's what you want to see. You want to see excess come from the top, and that's what could happen. That's what could happen. I don't know if that will happen. Nasdaq same. Now the Nasdaq hasn't able to pull. It hasn't been able to pull the most traded price of the month higher yet. And it's not as imbalanced as the ES is. You can see it. So here's the most traded price of the week on a RTH, which is just real-time trading hours, and this is the 24-hour most traded price of the week, which is 115.85. Okay, so the most traded price of the month is lower. All right. It's all the way down there at 109.50. Now that easily that has some work to do to bring it up higher. Okay. So the Nasdaq is not in that tight balancing range. It's stronger than the ES. Okay. But also now the profile. See, you have excess here, and you have a lot of volume at the top. I know I'm gonna have to draw that again. But you have a lot of volume at the top, so it's very heavy weighted. It's called a bullish imbalance in the profile. So you would expect this if we move higher. Now, what do we have in our way for the Nasdaq? This is the most traded price of the year, the last year, right here, and it tagged it right here in that PPI number it came out. So you want to see the Nasdaq push above here and hold it, find acceptance here, and then maybe make a move to here, the supply zone, right? this would make this profile move out to here. I kind of like, that's the great thing about profile. You can kind of see where we're going to be if the market follows suit. So you can see clearly here, not as clear as a balancing range as the ES. I mean, let's just go back to the ES, right? Look at that balance. I mean, this is just, you have so much in here, right? And then if you go back to the NASDAQ, you don't have that. Look, you have high here from yesterday, low here from yesterday, but look, that doesn't really have any kind of good range. We're not in a balancing range, really. Now we just need this price here to start moving higher, right? Hold here. That's important for the whole market, okay? We can look at that one more time on one of these charts where I went over yesterday, and this is like monthly profiles, weekly profiles, and the 4-hour candles, okay? So this is the ES, and you can see the range we've clearly been in with 4-hour candles. Here's the range, here's the lows, right? But what we have to see here is most traded price of this year and of this year and the last year are all together right here. This node here, and this is all in this cluster. So it's really, this is going to tell the tale, I believe, what we do. And it doesn't matter. I don't know what's going to happen today. What I do know is that this area is so congested that if we break, there's not much saying that we can't go down to here. And if we punch out of here, we can go to here or here. And I mentioned this, I believe yesterday, but that is around 41.71 or 41.30, and at the low 38.26. So just, that's why this is so crucial in the ES, right? If you look at the NASDAQ, you'll see that we're not in as tight of a range like I just said. But where are we, right? If I can zoom this in a little more. Clearly we have here's the week, the blue, higher low, higher low, higher low for this week, right? And then where did we tag just now? Most traded price of the last year. Right here is where we came, right? So now we're not as congested as the ES because this is the most traded price of this year, like 114.68. 117.15 is the most traded price of the last year. So there's a lot of volume here. Most traded price of the year means it's literally the most price that's been traded for the last year, all the way back to January 18th of 2022. We need to get out of here and move higher. Okay? And you got probably a destination is probably here, which would be around 122.36. Okay? So I just wanted to show you guys that. This is just a nice way to look at it, what we've been doing in a weekly, in a monthly, right? So now that you see that, we can go over to I don't even need to show you now the hourly charts. It doesn't really, I mean, we're in a range. I can show you very quickly. Like I said, there's not much to glean because we're in this range, and until we break out of it, all right, let's just look at it anyway. and it's really quick what I'll show you guys, and it doesn't take any kind of rocket science to see that the top of the range is 40.28. Okay, bottom of the range is 39.94. We've just been in this range, right? We need to break out. What's at the bottom of the range? The most traded price of the year. Okay, we have some supply up here. We just need to get out of this area. Really need to just get out of this area. And the move will be, I believe, will be pretty substantial. Okay, the more you balance, the more energy you coil. Okay. Look at the NASDAQ very quickly. Now the NASDAQ does have that nice channel going, right? That's being honored. I mean, check that out. It's just in and out of that channel, boy. I mean, it's just up, down, up, down, up, down. Right? Most traded price of the last year, right? That's where it tagged. So we need to get above that 117.21. We need to get above that. This market's gonna rally, bust out of that, hold it. ES will follow with it, and you should get a move higher. Okay. Remember, this is more moving higher than the ES. ES is moving in a range. You saw the difference, right? So let's go over to the market profile. All right, so price is here. We're starting to push a little higher again, but remember I told you we got to break out of this. So the supply zone's got to get cleared out, and most traded price of the year is down here at the lows of the overnight, right? Here's that most traded price zone here that we ticked into at the NASDAQ. And we have a demand zone here with the 50-day moving average right here. Okay, so that's all I'm looking at today. That's it. That's all you can do. So we look bearish today. If we can't get out of this range and we just stay here again, right? I could see us pushing up, getting at the supply, and we go back to the other end for balance again, right? We could also come down, most traded price of the year, bounce up, go to the other end of balance again. Okay. And of course, is it in the cards that we can move up? We need to break out, hold here, you can move higher. Same thing here. You can break this most traded price of the year, which will not be that easy. Break lower, we're going lower. That's as simple as it gets. Okay, I have no clue, zero clue of what's going to happen. A lot of Fed speak today. Okay, so same thing here. We can't get through the most traded price of the year on the NASDAQ in this supply zone. We're probably going to the other end here. If we can crack the 50 moving average demand zone, there's a lot of stuff down here. Most traded price of the week, we're going to go lower. And then the same thing here. And let's just say we came down to this area, this demand zone could follow up, and we can go to the end of the balance again. And if we break and hold here, the most traded price of the year, we can move higher. All right. That is about it. I mean, So there's basically we stay in the range or we break out. That's basically all you have to look at. And that's gonna be it for me. Hope everybody enjoyed the stream. Give me a comment, a like, or subscribe, and stay green today. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.